what are you gonna make today? How do you even usually record your music? In this video, I'm gonna show a variety of equipment that you may be able to afford. And I'll even show 3 studio setups that you may be able to build out of that equipment. And if you don't have any money at all, but you still wanna record music and don't know how, I'll even show 1 extra studio setup that's completely free that you may be able to afford today. There's companies that wanna charge you a lot of money, Teenage Engineering, for all kinds of really fun, cool, but kind of gimmicky products. So if you were gonna spend your money on something, what would get you the most bang for your buck? Well, I've got some gear to talk about. First off, if you need to start recording music today and don't have any equipment, but you have a phone that you're watching this video on right now, or a computer that you're watching this video on right now, go get BandLab. You can go download BandLab today and start recording tracks, and start making beats, and all of that off of any device you have that can download apps. Or even connect to the internet, because it's just on a web browser. But all you need is your phone, and if you have a newer iPhone or something, you need an adapter for the earbuds. Because if you're gonna record vocals on BandLab, it's key that you use wired earbuds, okay? And look, BandLab is great. It's really cheap. But the problem is you might have to work on your vocals a lot. Especially if the room you're recording in isn't treated very well, like with soundproofing and like a good pop filter on the mic and stuff like that. Like if you're recording into the earbud mic, go sit in the closet with all your t-shirts and stuff, and get like a blanket and get that over you and record into the earbud mic. And I promise you, you'll feel weird, but it will sound great. It'll sound better than if you just recorded in a big room or, you know, in a car or something like that. You want a lot of cloth and material to absorb the echoes and the sound. But then you'll want to get in there and mix it all in. Warning, all right, if you are using BandLab to record, like I said, use wired earbuds, okay? Do not use wireless earbuds. Do not use Bluetooth headphones. There will be latency and you will have big problems with how the beat is playing and how you're recording it is like a little bit late because of the Bluetooth sending the song to your headphones, okay? The wired headphones are instant. It's analog, it's right there. It'll be perfectly on time. But if you use wireless earbuds, it won't work. I promise you'll be like, why does this sound so off? It will be just slightly out of time. And you'll just have a better time if you use wireless earbuds or headphones. So what is some gear we could get, you know, to make this work? Let's start with interfaces. Okay, let's say you are recording on your phone, okay, or an iPad or a tablet like that, and you're recording in the GarageBand and you are using your earbuds. The first thing you should upgrade to, especially if you don't have a computer, is this UAD Volt, okay? And we'll talk about some other interfaces here too, like the Scarletts. No Behringer clones. They suck, they don't work. You get what you pay for when it comes to interfaces. And if you get one of those $20, $60 interfaces, it won't be very good, okay? But the UAD Volt in particular is amazing. It's pretty cheap, it's like 130 bucks. And it can work over Thunderbolt with an iPhone or an iPad, okay? I also just really like the UAD products in general. The Apollos, the Solo and the Twin, they're great, okay? The Scarlett series. Hot take, I don't like them that much. They're kind of touted as like the home studio standard, but I've never had good experiences with them. I've tried all kinds of them. I've even tried an 8i, the 8 input one, and they just all kind of suck. It's passable, but once your computer starts lagging, once your project gets big, it just can't handle it. It just can't. At least that's my experience. I know people swear by them, but I wouldn't get it, because especially if you want to get a brand new one. For 200 bucks, you can get the 2i2. It's about 200, I believe. I have the Amazon here later, but for less than that, you could get a UAD Volt. And I have a lot better experience with the UAD products, and the UAD Volt, it almost feels like you're kind of on a Solo or Twin, and it's so cheap, okay. But yeah, Scarlett has a wide array of products, from a 1i to 2i, 18. There's all kinds of them, so you can find whatever you need. They do sell kits, like if you just want to get an all-in-one kit, you can always find Scarlett kits on Amazon for pretty good deals, where it's an interface, headphones, mic stand, all that together, and it'll come all together for, you know, some price. But okay, U80. I swear by the U80 products. I love the Apollo Twin. Whenever I was working in a studio, all of the booths had Apollo Twins, and they're just incredible. They sound so nice. The Apollo Solo is what I own personally, and I have the exact same experience working with it as I do with the Apollo Twin. And the UAD console is a little confusing at first, but if you know mixing boards at all, or if you go watch a video about it, you'll figure out the UAD console, and they're great. Back on the Volt here. The Volt, again, I'm just gonna harp on this one more time, because if you're a BandLab producer or recorder and you're trying to get past using the earbud mics or anything like that, get this U80 Volt, because you can plug it into your phone, you can plug it into the iPad, and then you can plug a proper mic into that and then go from there and have the full studio experience on your tablet or iPhone, and it's just incredible. Microphones. Here we go, let's get into it. First off, no USB microphones. This is very important, in my opinion. I've known some people to record on them. I've known people to ask me to record on them, and then when they brought them over to my house and stuff like that, and that's cool. They work, they're passable. But for your money, you're just better off getting a proper like condenser mic that's XLR with an audio interface. And there's some budget options here. Like those USB mics are like 20, 30 bucks. This is 50. And I've never used this exact mic, but it has really good reviews on Amazon, and I looked for a while for the best one, because my personal mic that I have is one that I bought for $99 at a guitar store 5 years ago. And it was like the cheapest condenser mic they had, and it still works and it's perfect to this day, and I love it. But this mic, very good reviews, very cheap. You know, if you're first getting into things, this would be a great option, because it comes with the cover, it comes with the stand and a cable. So if you got the interface in this, you could plug it straight into your phone and get going. Okay, so these guys here, this is a really nice mic. It's not for everyone, it's not for every style, but especially if you're doing like live performances a lot and you're taking a mic out to gigs and stuff, this mic is great. SM57, right? Time-tested legend. Now, this guy right here, it's Evil Twin. I think it's the WM57. It's $15 instead of $99. And now you can find SM57s at like Guitar Center in the used cabinet for like 60 bucks, 70 bucks, easy. But $15 for an SM57 clone is crazy, and I actually really want to try one of these. If you needed something like right then now, and you're okay with the vocals being a little thin, a little dry, or you just want like something to throw in your road case, all day. This mic here, I love this mic. This was one of the mics we used in the studio. $250, not too bad. You know, you could probably get one of these used for pretty cheap, but if you wanted a new one, $250 is pretty steep. But if you had the money to spend on this, this is what I would get, because this would last you forever. This, it comes with the pop filter in the cage, and you could use this for videos, you could use this for podcasts. It's great for anything, and it sounds amazing. You could record any types of music on it. You could even use it to record some instruments pretty well, I feel like. The SM57 as well is really good for recording instruments. So, if you had all the money in the world, or even just a lot of money, and your manager's like, hey, we gotta buy you a mic, what do you want? You know, or you're at the studio and they're asking you what you wanna rent, you got an unlimited budget. This is my dream mic. We had one of these and we got to use it pretty rarely because it was a very hot commodity, but it was the Neumann TLM 103. Neumann mics in general are incredible. I would love to own one of these one day. But yeah, if you're looking to build a really high-end studio, this would not be a bad mic to start off with at all for your vocals. Because it really all just depends on your budget and the scale you're going for, you know, because this plus an Apollo Twin would just give you great results right off the bat. But one of those less expensive mics, paired with the same interface, would be almost barely perceivable difference. But this is just so much clearer. It gives you such a wider range of dynamics, everything. Okay. Headphones, earbuds. If you are watching this video, I am willing to bet that you have like some type of wired earbud like this, like an Apple AirPod, not AirPods, again, no wireless, but you know, those things. Or like some Skull Candies or anyone. I was at Walmart the other day and I saw $5 wired earbuds in like a case, and they were just all piled up there. So you can get some for really cheap if you don't already have some. And especially for recording, if you're not mixing and mastering on these, you just need to hear the beat, right? And you don't want to play the beat on your speakers while you're recording, so you can get the worst earbuds and it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect the final track. And one of the problems that you might face is actually hearing the beat on the vocal track. And it's not really that big of a problem, but having earbuds and kind of lowering how loud they're playing the beat and everything can help mitigate that. Okay, so let's say you are trying to spend a little bit of money. Look into IEM's in-ear monitors. This one is a cheap Sony one, 10 bucks, comes with a mic on it. So if you're still just on your phone with BandLab, you could skip everything I've talked about today, just get these, and it would be way better than the like Apple earbuds. But these are really nice. So that's one end of the spectrum, $10 earbuds. But if you have brain worms like me, you want really, really expensive ones. And I don't have these, but I've tried some like these, and there's ones that are way more expensive than these. But these would be incredible. These don't have a microphone on them, but very, very portable. You know, if you're doing live performances, these are great for like live monitoring. If you have like a little wireless pack and stuff like that. But these are the Shure SC215s. It seemed like the best deal I could find on Amazon. Again, I haven't tried these, but I've tried some things like these and they're all really good. And you know, it's got the cool retro clear case look on it, but okay. So headphones, like over-the-ear headphones. If you just want a cheap option, these are great, the Sony ZX series. So whenever we were in the studio, we would have just like, not like throwaway headphones, but you just want good headphones that are solid and pretty cheap and durable that you can just put in the booth. People can go through. It doesn't matter too much if they break. These are 10 bucks, they're great. You know, you can buy like 3 or 4 of them at a time, especially if you just want better, if you don't like the feel of earbuds or something like that, this would be great. And for like $5 more, you can get these with a mic on them. So like the earbuds, you could use these in BandLab. So these are some nicer options for over-the-ear headphones. I'm not gonna go crazy with these, but because you could spend all day talking about over-the-ear headphones, but these are just some that I've had experience with. I like these a lot. 50 bucks, you know, these would probably last you forever. Again, I want to stress this: if you're recording, don't use wireless headphones. If you're just producing and like listening to your music, that's one thing. But if you're recording vocals on BandLab, please get wired earbuds or wired headphones with a mic on them, and it will make it so much better, I promise. Okay, 1/4-inch adapters. You might need these, especially if you get an interface and only have headphones with a 3.5 jack. These are like $5. You'll get everything you need for your studio, and then realize you can't plug any of your headphones into the interface because they have the 1/4-inch on them. And it's a pain. So pro tip, get some of these converters, it'll help. Okay, monitors. Not that kind of monitor, sorry. Okay, monitors, studio monitors, speakers. There's all kinds of them. You can go on Amazon, get the best deal you can find. It's endless. But out of what I've generally had experience with, I really like the Mackie ones. I have these, or an older version of these, so I imagine the newer one's great. Not that much bass though, but 80 bucks, no sub. If you have a sub, you know, you could just add it to this system and it'd be great. These was at one of the studios I worked at, and these were great. M-Audio is a great brand. You can find more expensive versions of this that come with a sub, but the 4.5s and the 6-inch one's really nice. The KRK Rockets. At my current job, we give these to editors, for video editors, and they're really great. Everyone really likes them. They're very long lasting. I haven't seen a single one break, and we have them in like 10 workstations, but they sound awesome. And just like the last one, there's a kit you can get with these. That's 2 speakers and a sub for like $700 or $800. And if you have the money for something like that and you're really serious about getting some nice speakers, this is an incredible set. So we're gonna go over some actual studio setups, how you could get all of this information and put it together, and go on Facebook Marketplace and start looking, or go on Amazon and buy stuff new, and today get your studio set up, okay? So if you have no money and you just wanna record songs, but you're hesitating because you don't have a good setup, this is what you should do. And I swear everyone who would be watching this video would have these things in their home. A phone, preferably an iPhone, and earbuds, and get GarageBand or BandLab. And like I've been talking about, you can record like in a closet or in a car with cloth like placed on the windows, or with the shirts in the closet to help mitigate the sound. If you get these apps on your phone, you could record anywhere with earbuds that have mics in them. And even if you have a nice studio, you could take this setup and go anywhere with it, you know? Like if you're just in the hotel room traveling, or you're on the bus, or, you know, maybe not on the bus, but you know, wherever you are, you could just record a little idea. You can work on music anywhere. So it's the convenience of it. And you could even take the stems from something like this and go put it in your computer and load it up in a DAW like Ableton or FL Studio or Logic Pro, and use whatever you started on your phone. So if you have a bit of a budget, now I'm talking $100 to $200, right? Because that's quite a bit of money. If you could get $200 together to build a little studio setup, this would be a great one, okay? And so you'd start off with the U80 Volt, which is $140. You get that $50 mic. You already have earbuds, like we talked about, right? Probably. Total $195, okay? Minus shipping and stuff. But that would be a great setup, especially if you're just getting started. You don't have to buy really nice headphones right off the bat, right? Because especially if you're just recording music, you can just listen to it while you're recording in those earbuds, and then play it off speakers in the car. You can listen to it off your phone whenever you're mixing, stuff like that. But great setup. This would do you awesome for years if you had to. $200, okay. Oh, and don't forget your little 1/4" adapter, because if you had this exact setup, you wouldn't be able to plug the earbuds into the Volt without the 1/4" adapter. So keep that in mind. The great thing about that setup is you could use it with your phone. You could use it with your computer. You could use it with an iPad. I don't think you can use the U80 Volt with Android, but if you have an iPhone or an iPad or a MacBook or a Windows computer, a laptop, any of those, that setup would work across the board. And you could even take your whole setup and go to your friend's computer and plug it in, and it would be compatible. If you've got a pretty good budget, like I'm talking, this is a lot of money, like $500 to $1,000, right? That's a big chunk of change. If you're willing to commit that much to your music, this would be the setup I would get. And it's not gonna seem like much. It's really not, and that's kind of wild, because it's gonna be an Apollo Solo. This is what I have. And brand new, right now these are $500. They were much more when they originally came out and the prices come down. But I got mine used for $270. Okay, and if you can look for deals like that, you can lower the cost of all this a lot, right? Because if you went today on Amazon and bought one of these, it'd be $500. Around, you know, maybe you could find a better deal, but about that. But if you go on Facebook Marketplace, go to your local Guitar Center, look in the used section and find a good deal, you'll save a lot of money. And then maybe those Audio Technicas, okay, those were like $50, or the M Audio speakers, which were like $140, $150. And then that Rode mic, that was $250, for a total of $600 to $900, right under $1,000. And again, if you can get stuff pre-owned, or you could even take out the speakers and you have earbuds, and that would take off another, $100.
this would be an awesome setup. The Apollo Solo with that mic, that's basically what I'm running right now. I have a different mic than that, but this is what I would get if I was gonna go order one on Amazon today. So, you're trying to break the bank. This is what you do. Okay, right? You've got the money. Maybe the studio's been charging you way too much, and you want to get your setup straight. You want to record everything yourself, and you've got a lot of money to invest in it, right? This is what I would do. Apollo Twin, okay, about $1,000, $900. I've seen them even for $700 on the eBay, on Amazon. You know, you just have to look around. If you're patient and looking for deals, you can find stuff. The KRK Rocket combo, and this is the one that comes with 2 speakers and the sub. This kit is what I distribute at work. It's great. Like I said, very reliable. Would last you for years. And then that Neumann mic. And this is just a dream pick of mine, so I'm gonna put that seed in your head so that maybe someday someone will buy one and then let me record on it. Because it's a great mic, and it will sound incredible on pretty much any system you use. You could even use this with like one of those Solos or even the U80 Volt. If you didn't want to get the Apollo Twin, you could cut the cost of this setup by $700 and get the U80 Volt and just get that mic in those speakers, and it would be phenomenal. I'm yapping too much, but yeah, this would be an amazing setup. If you had a lot of money to spend, this is the one. Yeah, about $3,000. Brand new if you were to go get this all on Amazon today. Big alert, right? The last setups require a computer. And that's something I should, again, make clear. The U80 Volt does work with iPhones and iPads, but the Apollo Twin and Solos do not. The Scarletts don't, as far as I know. You might be able to get them to, actually, but I don't know if you can. Most interfaces, unless they're specifically for iPad or iPhone, don't work with them. But if you get like a MacBook or a desktop, you know, a Windows laptop, go to Walmart, you can get a pretty good Windows laptop for like $200. It will run any of these music softwares because they don't take all that much. It takes a lot when you start recording and layering a lot of stuff, but just to get going, you don't need something crazy. You will also need a DAW, and there's a lot to say about this, and I'll probably make another video at some point about the different DAWs because I have very strong opinions. I love Ableton, but I've recorded in everything from GarageBand, FL Studio, Pro Tools, Logic a little bit, but they all work very similarly, and you can get a lot of things done in any one of them. And there's a lot of free DAWs, actually. There's a lot of free music software in general, if you look for it. And if you are a fan of nautical themes in the high seas, you can really find all kinds of free software. But you know, that's for a later story. So these last things here, you don't necessarily need them, but they would improve your experience greatly, and they would improve the sound of your music greatly. And the first thing is soundproofing. I would start with the wall, with the foam tiles. You can get packs of these on Amazon. You can get packs of these on Temu. The last time I built a studio, we got a bunch of these on Temu because it's the same stuff as the, you know, nicer ones. And you just like either staple it to the wall or tape it to the wall or anything like that, and get going. And then after you've done the walls, you can do the floors. And I'll link to these on Amazon, but these are perfect for it. These are like the workout mats or like playroom mats that you cover floors with. And they're great for soundproofing. And if you can find some way to get them on the ceiling too, perfect. But yeah, have those on the floor and the roof, and then have those on the walls, and the room will be sound treated fantastically. That's all optional. Pop filters and mic covers left's optional. You know, these are pretty cheap. Like, you know, you can get both of these things for less than $10, but they will make your mic sound so much better if you have a condenser mic. Without these things, you'll get a lot of mouth noises, you'll get a lot of room noise. These help a lot with cutting those things out. These, the eyeball and like the enclosures, these are great. I really like the eyeballs. You can find these for pretty cheap on Amazon, like $30. But they're great. If you had all 4 of these things combined in a room that was sound treated like how I described before, it's studio level. That's just as good as what the pros do, I promise. And any one of those mics with any one of those interfaces with this setup would be great. But yeah, so in conclusion, thank you. And get your studio set up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I would love to answer questions about recording setups. If you already have a setup and you're wondering how to upgrade it or things that you can incorporate into it, please ask. I would love to hear about you guys' music. Bye.